G'day guys, it's Robbo from Just Ask Robbo, and this week I want to talk about something that seems to scare the pants off about half the voiceover artists I know, and it's called the gain knob. Now, one of the things I get asked regularly by voiceover artists is where should I set my gain? And the answer is kind of really simple. It depends on your voice, firstly, and more importantly, it depends on what it is that you're doing. Because if you're reading something that's softly, gentle, then you're going to want a different gain structure than for something where you might be shouting 1 minute and talking another. Or another one where you may just be sort of doing a hard sell, high vibe read for a commercial or something. So it's going to change every time you need to record. So the thing to remember is that we want consistency. And I've set up a little Pro Tools session here hopefully can help you achieve that. So let's take a look. Okay, so here we are in Pro Tools. What we're looking at here is an active track, an audio track that's record enabled. And down here are the meters that I prefer to use. They're from Solid State Logic. Ignore what's happening down here. What we're looking at for now is this digital meter over here on the left-hand side. And as you can see, it's sitting around -10, which is sort of about where I like to sort of have things metering when I'm recording. The reason for that is that it gives me some headroom, and headroom is the difference between what's happening here and this green audio here is the average. So basically that's the meter looking at the audio that's coming in, looking at the highs and the lows and saying, well, on average, this is how loud your volume or the volume of what's coming in is. This straight line here is the peaks. So that's the maximum loudness of the audio that's going on at the moment. So when I'm recording and when most people are recording, they're looking at this average. And for me, -10 is a nice, safe place because it means that if for some reason the read gets a bit more dynamic and gets a bit louder, if the voice actor laughs, say for example, or has to raise their voice for some reason as part of the script, then I'm not going to get into that distortion place, which is up here, which is this sort of where this red line is up here at the moment, which I've just turned off. So it gives me that headroom and that safe space where nothing is going to distort. So when you're thinking about setting the gain for your read, what you want to do is you want to find the loudest part. So for most 30-second, 45-second commercials, it's going to be a sort of a fairly consistent sort of level that you're reading at. But you might be reading louder because it's retail. You might be reading softer because it's a more gentle sort of read. So for every time you step behind the microphone, what you want to do is find the loudest part or find the consistent read that you're going to be talking at and set your gain for that level. So the gain knob obviously is not in here, it's not in Pro Tools, it's on my interface. And for me, that's a Rodecaster Pro 2. So I'm now moving my gain knob and I can move it down or I can move it up until I find that comfortable place around -10 that we were talking about. And you want to do that every session because what that's doing is it's giving you that sort of safety as we talked about. And it also means that when you aren't speaking as loud, that it's going to be a bit lower than -10, but it's still in a comfortable place where we've still got enough level for the engineer to work with on the other end when you send him the file. And the nice thing is once you've set it, you don't have to touch it again. So that's gain 101. If gain has confused you or if you've sort of struggled with setting your gain before, then make sure you save this video. And if you need help with anything else in your home studio, or if you're having some trouble or you want to ask any questions about setting up your home studio, you can get in touch with me at justaskrobbo.com. I spend my days helping people with their home studios or their podcasts. And if you want more tips and tools like this, don't forget to hit like and some subscribe. And the next time I put some stuff out, then you'll be the first to know. In the meantime, I will see you next week with another Minute on Your Mic.